This is very important because when you're thinking of your ideal life scenario, okay, you have to also think about the negative parts of your scenario. In order for it to be realistic, because we're asking you to be in role, as they say in acting. We're asking you to go into your role as if it really, really did happen. The more realistic you can get into character, you will see, because no life, even if you have an ideal life, try to think of the negative sides too, to make it even more realistic. And the more realistic you can, that means that you've thought of the logos part. Basically, you're thinking of the logos. This is the litmus test of your scenario. If you are able to sit next to a stranger in the park, okay, and start up a conversation with that stranger and tell him what your life is like as if it were true, that you could persuade someone that you are living that life, that you could so well act that role out, you're in character, then you'll know that you're about to, very close to making that breakthrough. Because from what I hear, your vision is here, but your being is still somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be aligned. This is the ethos part. The ethos part is that all your body, your body language, you know, if we were to grade, okay, now, if we were to say, who was the most realistic sounding of all these? Who would persuade you that they're doing it already? It's already done, you know? That's when you know, that's when you can make that quantum leap. If you become one with your goal, this is about becoming one with your goal. If you can act the part, play the part, be the part, and it makes sense, then you will almost like naturally attract it. It may happen the next day. If you were completely saying, I'm a veterinarian, I love it, I'm living in Pallini, I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning, I go to yoga class, I pick up my 2 kids and take them to school. It's a drag, but I do it anyway. I had to prepare their lunches. Then I have 3 clients and they're coming, you know, at 10 a.m., at 2 a.m., at 4 a.m. And then I'm doing this with my husband and we're gonna go drive to our in-laws and this. And if you can make up that whole thing and make it sound real, energetically, you're doing away with all the obstacles, especially the emotional self obstacles, right? So once you're one with that character, then strange things happen. Strange things happen. Once you're one with that scenario, then really strange things happen. Like towards that goal. Someone might turn around to you. You might meet a veterinary. This has happened to me. Some things like this, weird things have happened to me when I aligned myself with what I wanted. The things just start happening. Like someone's going to say, you know what, I have a veterinary studio in Pallini and I'm going to give it up. I'm looking for someone to, you might just meet them on the bus, you know. This happened to me when I was in Rome. I wanted to stop being a waitress because I had left my banking position. I was working in a bank and I had a huge argument with my father. It's similar to your story. He wanted me to do banking and finance. So I left, I had a big argument with him, and I said, I'm not coming back until I realize my dream. I went to Rome, I was a waitress. So I was hoping to at least get a teaching job. You know, I was saying, I've got to teach English. I could do something, I could teach English. Anyway, I wasn't really able to find this, but I was sure that I wanted to do this. So there I was on the bus in Rome. I was going to get off at another station. I started talking to some lady, she reminds me of Maria a little. She basically told me, I am an English teacher in Rome. I'm looking for someone to take my job. Akush Maria, it's crazy. Because I'm getting married, she said to me, and I can't just walk off my job. I have signed a contract, and if I don't find someone to replace me in my job, I'll have to pay a penalty. I'll have to pay the school. You know, they don't just let you walk off. And I said, well, I'll take your teaching job, you know. So it was a perfect fit, but that only happened, was that going to happen when I was still working in the bank? No. Okay, and the teaching job, the teaching English brought me to teaching business English, to teaching negotiation, to teaching presentation skills, and it brought me, you know, to where I am. So I'm just saying that when you make the click in yourself, resources just come to you, or you can see the resources clearly. You might not see them now. So I'm just saying you need, I sense a little more work with persuading yourself. And what will help are the filters we are going to pass your scenarios through. It's a very difficult exercise. People often resist. We daydream a lot. We do daydream, but we'd never say, okay, this is my scenario, and I'm going to make this happen. Okay? So the first people who don't commit is ourselves. The first people who need to believe in us is ourselves. And one great step and leap to do that is when you write it down and make a vision board, i.e. a board about this size with photographs of your future life, with even mottos or things that you would say or hear, like, oh, I love getting, you know, 5,000 euro a month from my online business. And you can have a picture of an ATM where it has a number of 5,000. You have to visualize it as if it's really happening. You have to be specific. How much is raining money for you? Some people, raining money is 5,000. For another, it's 5 million. So you have to be very specific. It's almost bordering on magic, but it's not magic. It's just planning, strategic planning.